Hi there guys, so today we're going to talk about sobriety and gigging. So you probably saw my post last Friday where I spoke about being at one of the best gigs I'd been to, and I can't say that getting used to gigging while being sober has been easy, because it hasn't. I have struggled with it, and I have, because it was a lot easier to make friends, and it was a lot easier to be in that environment when you'd had a drink, and I had some great times while having drinks. But what I will say is that you have to remember why you're there. You're there for the music. The amount of times I woke up from gigs and I haven't got absolutely trashed at it, and not remembered much of it apart from the videos on my phone. It was a lot better when I actually didn't drink, since I stopped drinking. So the memories were better, the experience was better, I remembered a lot more of it. But it's just gaining the confidence to be yourself there, because I noticed more about that I was on my own. I noticed more the couples when I was sober, whereas when I had a drink, I didn't really care what was going on around me, but I did make an ass of myself sometimes, and even meeting bands, probably did make a tit of myself every now and then. So I'm glad now that I can meet the bands and feel comfortable. It's just about, I'm trying not to get nervous because you haven't got that Dutch courage in you, but it's, I'd say it's a whole lot better experience. And if you're someone that does drink at gigs, but you thinking about not drinking maybe, I definitely recommend it, but you don't necessarily have to give up drink. You could just lower the amount that you drink. I mean, I've noticed that a lot of gigs that I go to now that not as many people drink, and people aren't getting trashed like they used to, which I think is so much better. The gig that I was at on Thursday even, was just incredible. I have to admit, staying to the end is harder because my legs get tired now. When you're drunk, you don't really feel those sort of things, and it has been a learning experience about myself and my own self-worth, and my own self-confidence. But when you're at a music gig, don't forget you all have one thing in common: you love that music. So therefore, you are with your people, so you can be yourself, and you don't need to be drunk for that. And the money you save as well, because you're not getting trashed, is good when you have to spend so much on gig tickets now and merch and stuff like that. I have thoroughly enjoyed getting used to the gig experience sober. This year, actually, I'm going to Slam Festival. I think it's my 8th time, and I'm actually going to be my first one sober, so that's going to be quite interesting. And someone did point out to me that they wouldn't want to be going through that. I mean, it's going to be a difficult day because it's a long day, and drinking and stuff definitely gets you through it a lot easier. But that's not to say that I'm not going to have a good time still, and I honestly can't wait. But it's going to be an experience, because I mean, the last time that I did have a drink was Slam Dunk Festival, because I refused to give up before the festival. And yeah, I mean, I'm quite glad that I still had that last blowout, and I didn't even get drunk, to be honest. I think I was already prepping myself in my head for that. Yeah, this is over. But yeah, it will be an interesting experience. I mean, I go to a lot of gigs, and always have done for, I think 2015 was the first time I went to a gig, so that was 10 years ago. And I used to go with a lot of friends, but then I used to miss gigs because my friends didn't want to go to the same ones. So then I started going on my own to some, and I've kind of gotten used to going to gigs on my own. And drink did help me through those, because it is very nerve-wracking being there on your own. But at the same time, you don't need to be there with people, because You're there to enjoy the music. It's like going to the cinema. You're going to sit in the dark and watch a film. Why do you need people around you? I mean, you can have fun with people there, but I've met some really, really great people at gigs, and short drink did help me meet them. But I've also met people since being sober, and they're still incredible people as well. But they actually get to know the real Jack, not the drunk Jack, which I implore anyone to get to know rather than if they knew me when I was drunk, because, yeah, it could be an ass sometimes. And I'm so proud of how far I've come, and the fact that I can go to gigs and enjoy them still on my own completely is an experience. So yeah, if you're thinking of trying it, I highly recommend it. While I don't judge anyone for drinking, because that is completely your choice, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons. I certainly was not. And there may be one day that I can have a beer and not get bladdered out my face, but at this point in time, I don't see that happening. I don't see myself going back. And someone asked me recently if I had just felt like a beer or something, do I think I would ever get to that point? And I don't really know, because the last time I drank, which was 2 weeks into my sobriety, where I slipped up and I tried to kill myself, and the thought of having a drink and going back down that spiral terrifies me. And it was my kick in the nuts to basically say, yeah, this is done, you're finished, and that's okay. And I don't restart the clock, because it was one slip up, and we're now 9 months on, and I haven't touched it since. Some people reset the clock, some people don't. I don't think that you have to follow certain rules with sobriety. I think it's your journey, it's your story, and you can tell it how you want to tell it. And this is mine. Anyway, I think I've rambled long enough. So I hope you're having a great day and a great mental health day, and I'll speak to you guys soon.